Good afternoon. It is March the 21st, 2017, and time to recap our trading today and take a look at tonight and tomorrow morning. We'll start with our customary disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. That's a mouthful, isn't it? This is one of those very, very rare days in the E-mini where it has actually sold. And we'll be looking to see whether the Fed comes in and backstops the selling, tomorrow afternoon or the next day if the market does happen to sell. We had a 79 sell today to 81. The high was 78 3/4. This trade right there, you could have been short at 76 all day long. Right down here until we got our second B at this point. So you could have been in at 76 and you could have been out, looks like at 51 or 52 for 25 points. One, that was the second one, that was the third, this is the fourth, even the fifth moved down. And when markets trend, you'll find that 5 to 7 B's or S's will work. Market comes back up, you get a relief rally. This is the peak selling right here with the 50 lot trader. We get short covering in here, then the 50 lot trader stops covering their shorts, and then this is their peak point right here, short. Large institutions were on the sell side today, and anything you did from the short side with a little bit of patience made you money. And these are very, very rare days. We came in today thinking that we had pretty good resistance at 80 to 85. We thought we would get stops above what at the time was the Globex high at 77, 77.5, and we did. The idea was to find a place to sell it, and that worked out pretty well. But this is the second B right here. This is your first buy signal. Now, great, Charlie, you want to be short 79 to 80. What in the hell were those buys at 65, 60, at 70, 69 to 71, and 69? And then our, I forget what the second buy was. It was 65, 67 right here. So we basically were trying to buy 65 to 70. Well, I guess maybe that 1B right there, and that certainly would have been a loser. But you are so far away from this line, and nothing is going to the buy side. That would be a very questionable trade. But that's one that you could have taken off of our idea, but quickly you would have been bounced out of that, and you'd been back on the right side of the market here. So you would have had one loser based on our setups and the way to do it. And so again, we're not perfect. We don't hold ourselves out to be. I'm working on it, but I haven't achieved it yet. And we'll try to get better. Huge day. Almost 40 points. Very unusual. I showed you 3 bars when we had the daily chart up where we could have a day like this. So the F1 screen says find a place to sell it. F2, find a place to sell it. Tomorrow's news is FHFA housing price index up 0.5%. Existing home sales 5.55 million. Now there's something else going on in the housing market right now. The housing prices are really shooting up, and in some markets people are afraid they're going to miss a market. So while interest rates have moved up and you've taken the marginal buyer out, from my perspective, having looked at this for many, many years, I mean, if you can get into a 30-year mortgage, I mean, even as high as 6%, that's pretty good compared to what we've lived through since 1975. But tomorrow's news probably is not going to impact the markets. 50, obvious, we close right here right now. 49 to 51 will be sell 1. 55, 57, picking up this area right here, will be sell 2. On the buy side, 40 to 42, that's where support is. And then our 35 to 37, picking up this low volume area right here will be buy 2. This was buy 1. I'm so excited. Maybe we can get back to the E-mini now. But they'll actually let the market sell. And we'll get our answer probably by Thursday if there is no support on the way down from the Fed. Then we know that the administration, the bureaucracies are not going to support the Trump presidency, and I wouldn't expect them to. And then we can get a two-sided market, which makes the E-mini worth paying attention to once again. It hasn't been that way. Okay, looking at the note. Big day up, nice strong close. I'll get it on the F1 screen. We've got this gap between the March and the June, which the market would like to fill. So structurally a sell at 24.19 would be a nice one. And we've got this volume up there at 24.26. So 24.20, 24.28 is where best resistance is. The E-mini sells tomorrow. I'm sure we'll see it. Get the F2 screen. Okay, the inverse relationship of between the bond and the indexes really showed today. It was less so with gold, but it was there with treasuries. Now we had a trend day up, so if we fail to take out this 12 to 16 area, we can sell failure to take it out, just solely off the idea that it was a trend day. The 19 to 23, sell 2. On the buy side, first little band of support is going to be at 8. And then we had the breakout down there at 4. So 5 to 9 will be buy 1. And we'll adjust this after the London session. And then we had the breakout down here from the 03 levels. So we'll make 29 to 01 for buy 2. Pick up this area right in here. But this was a day, if you just bought or sold depending on the market that you were in, you looked really, really smart by the end of the day. And you probably left a lot of money on the table, but that's okay. It's making your business plan is what you want to do. Yeah, you could have made 1,000, but if your business plan was $300 a position traded, hey, you did your job. 50.04, 50.08, number 1. 11 to 15, sell 1. 23.27, sell 2. And this is based on the idea of the E-mini taking off and selling some more tomorrow. Second day in a down move. First little support, 24 to 28. 17 to 21, buy 1. And then we'll make 8 to 12, buy 2. We'll tighten it up a little bit on the buy side. Okay, gold had a big day. Stops above 1250 is our next stop. Remember, we had rolled up to the 1250 calls. Seemed like a stretch. And it did take time to develop. But here we are. We find ourselves back up here knocking on the door. So higher low, higher high on the F1 screen. And I'm going to put all this together. Looking for a move out of the middle right here. And we could do it that way too. And if the E-mini continues to sell, I think we will be higher. Big market today. It did separate a little bit from the stock market, but not completely. So here we sit. So 45, 46, 48 is cell 1. We'll make it 53, 55 for cell 2. But I think we're going to get stops above 1250 right here. So fading 1250 on the idea we can get through 48 seems like a reasonable trade to me. On the buy side, 40 to 42. Then our 35, 37. And looking at crude. Okay, busting 48. We got this little 2-letter ledge right there. And we got a low volume number at 40. So busting 48 really takes us back to that 47 area. Have an outside day right here. So it's important to bust 48 and then change that from support to resistance as we stand right now. So F2 is going to show us the sell 2. And here we sit. So we got all the stops we talked about coming down, including those under 48. So we did a good job of calling today's market. Got beautiful setups in our trades up here. You could have been short on the day session in the 49.0607 10 area. And if you were smart enough, you could have had a huge trade, $1,000 trade. You had to stay with it a long time. New move started in C period. You can see how C period wraps. We did have the benefit of article on Russia that took us higher, but then people read the article and said, maybe not. And the rollover is June 30th, so that's a long ways away. Sell crude. So 47.75, 48 by 1. And if we bust that, I'm going to put 47 even, 47.25. Now, if we don't take out the 48 level, then a pause day. And in that situation, we're trying to sell 48.50s to 75, sell 1. Then 49, 49 and a quarter, sell 2. So maybe a 48 minus 49 plus market. So if the bears are still in control, we're not going to build value above 48.50. Okay, euro was very strong today. Dollar got hit again. The dollar's been sold since the Fed announcement was interpreted as dovish. It continued today. Also, the euro, probably the biggest thing in the euro that took us up today was Le Pen was deemed number 2 in last night's debates. So that was the big thing that started the euro moving. So we got this very, very clean break up here at 108.75. Looking for a place to buy it if we can see if we can get through 109. So most of the movement took place yesterday. In the overnight would be today's trading before it got to us, and we were able to go a little bit higher. So 875 sell 1, 109 sell 2. On the buy side, 40 to 50 buy 1, 108.25 buy 2. I think the easiest trade to see is failure to take out and hold 108.75. And that's it for March the 21st, 2017. I will see you all bright and early in the morning. You all have a great evening. I'm out of here.